Say hello to my little butterfly. This butterfly began its life in Adobe Photoshop and a drawing tablet. Put it together, he is still, or she, I guess, I really don't know. I don't know butterflies that well. He or she is still a Photoshop document. That means it's raster. The first step we have to go through to get to Live Paint is obviously we have to live trace it. So we'll go ahead and select it. Just simply click the Live Trace button right here. It is now a vector. Go directly, if you like what you see, and we do, go to Live Paint. In Live Paint, you can then pick up your Live Paint bucket. Don't forget using your arrow keys to choose your colors. That's a lot easier. And it will just go through the colors in your color palette. And we can just do this all day long. As you can see, we've got like about half the butterfly done. Let's do this. Let's go back again and continue the process. But we're going to have a big problem in about 2 clicks. 1, 2, gaps. See them? They're very evident. When I drew this image, the problem is that I left those gaps there, little light on the pencil as I was drawing, and the computer interpreted that as an open space. That's not what I want. So let's press undo to get rid of that. How do I close those gaps? One way would be to take the image and expand it, bring it into Adobe Illustrator, then close those gaps off using a path, and then start all over again, which you could do, but there's a better way to do this. Let's make that a little bit bigger before we get started. I want you to see those gaps. There they are. Can't miss them. Select our butterfly with the selection tool and go up to this beautiful button right there. You will only get this button if you're in Live Paint. Select it. It's called Gap Options. In Gap Options, we can choose the color we want it to close the gaps with. It doesn't really use that color. It's just for our eyes. We'll leave that at red. Turn Gap Detection on. I did try to find small gaps, but it didn't close these. See that? They're still open. Change that to medium and watch what happens. See it? Closed them. But it did close seemingly a lot of other areas that I really don't want it to close. Don't worry about those. They'll be fine. Do not close the gaps with paths right here. Why? Because I don't have to deal with all these paths. Actually, just click OK. What you're doing is you're leaving it on, and watch what happens when we pick up our paint bucket tool and come over here and begin popping these areas. It works. It no longer bleeds out because that gap detection is holding off that space for us. Even this nice big one right here. It's an amazing feature to work with. Can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of trouble when you're working with colorizing something. It's called gap detection. Don't forget that you've got it, and it only works in Live Paint.